says in the top corner, it's showtime! Exclamation mark. The show is excited. The platform, StreamYard, it's excited. Why don't you tell everyone hello?
This beer tastes funny.
That's my co-host, Joe. He comes on here every week with me on this show we call STCPod. Your favorite weekly podcast. You never know what you're going to get. I know what we should be getting because you're refreshed, rejuvenated.
No, I'm not.
You had a week off in the sun.
I'm even more tired than I normally am.
Oh, good. Make that the promo. That's the promo for this week.
Hey, Disney is not a vacation.
Really?
When you return from Disney, you need a vacation. Because it's nonstop. Go, go, go.
Okay, well, we can start there. We were off last week because you were away. Flew.
Well, were we off, or did someone feel the necessity to put a 2-hour show out?
Oh, I put a little stopgap in there. Keep people happy.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I think you did it to keep yourself happy.
Keep myself happy? That makes no sense.
Yeah, it does. You love the attention and you love flapping the gums.
Who has 2 podcasts, 2 YouTube channels, 2 Instagrams, 2 Twitters?
Correction, 1 YouTube channel, but I guess that's me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So let us begin the journey, because I am actually curious how this works. You flew there, right?
Yeah.
Is this like a big package you buy from Disney, or is this something you got to assemble yourself kind of thing? Maybe I'm asking the wrong person. Because Joe just shows up. He's like one of the kids. They just tell him what seat to sit in, and when he wakes up, he's in Florida.
Oh, I didn't sleep. I went on those flights. You watch a movie there and you watch a movie back. You got to be productive.
What'd you watch there going down?
The Brad Pitt space movie Ad. Shit. Why can't I ever remember the second part of it? Ad something.
Ad Astra?
Yep.
Isn't it isn't the early word on that it's kind of a drag? It's like too existential and shit.
It was just there. It was kind of boring actually, which is unfortunate.
It's like sometimes you just want a science fiction space romp, and everything's got to get all existential.
I didn't find it to be like that. I just found it boring, which is really unfortunate. But on the flight back, I did watch The Joker and really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that still. So, like, when you arrive at your destination, are you like herded with Disney people? Like, are Disney people there collecting you and taking you to where you need to go? Or is it still your responsibility to figure out where to go from the airport?
Disney has their own section at the airport where their buses are that take you to the specific, whatever resort you chose to stay at.
Right. So that's what I mean. Okay. So you're actually stayed in a property, a Disney property.
Well, you have to if you want to do if you want to have early and late access to the parks, as well as partake in their meal plans. We thought about staying off site, but then you got to rent a car to get in. You got to drive in. You got to drive back. You got to pay for food. And it's just kind of nice. Just, you stay on property. You can take a bus there. You take a bus back. You don't have to really think about anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about getting lost.
I've heard people too that do the, where they rent a house for the week kind of thing offsite, and because you can rent a house super cheap, and if you get multiple people in the house, you can offset costs that way. But there's definitely a nice leisure to having Disney look after you, like you said, right at the airport. You just go to the Disney section, they take you to where you need to go, And then what happens when you get to the hotel?
Well, we arrived late afternoon, so we just checked in and then went to. I forget where we went that night. We just went out for dinner. That was it. So the first day there was a write-off because it's basically flight there. We actually had a nice later flight, which was a nice change as opposed to waking up, like 2 or 3 in the morning to get an early flight out. Our flight out was at 12:30.
What kind of plane was it?
I don't know. Air Canada? Not one of the super big ones, but.
Just how were the kids on the flight? Did you have to do anything with them?
Nope.
Sedate them?
No, they just had their iPads and that was it.
Cool. All set.
They weren't even interested in looking out the window.
You didn't give them the opportunity, did you?
No, they always get the window seats.
Oh, nice. That would be so frustrating to take a flight with you, and I know you would insist on having the window seat, and then you'd be asleep for the entire flight, so you would just sit there stewing at this guy who's asleep the entire time at the window seat.
I didn't sleep on the way down.
That's what I can imagine would happen if we were to fly together.
I enjoy looking out the window.
So, like,
when you're up in the sky, there's nothing to see. A window seat's only good when you're taking off and landing.
Well, it depends on cloud cover, I assume, right? Or is your eyesight that bad?
It was cloudy.
So this is like one of these packages where it's kind of like you're dropped into the resort world and that's all you're going to do, right? You didn't leave kind of resort lands, did you?
To see what?
I don't know. Florida nightlife?
No.
Party Miami?
Dude, you got all that on property. You got Disney Springs, which used to be downtown Disney, but they changed the name and then made it more family friendly / high-end shops / places and to eat and relax, right? So it used to be more of like a downtown adult centric sort of club dance thing at nighttime. And I was never into any of that anytime I'd gone. So this is a way better scene, way cleaner. It's way bigger. Everything's newer. A lot more to do, even if you're just there with the family. And if you're not with the family, there's still tons of adult stuff to do. It's not just focused on drinking and going to a stupid kind of club or something like that, right?
Hey, I don't know. Enlighten me. I haven't been, so I want to hear how this whole thing works. So you did get a meal package.
Yeah, covers dinners, covers you get a bunch of snacks. And you get some lunch. You get lunch package too, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, everything but breakfast.
Oh. Is it the meal package where they give you a cup and you can get that refilled at any time wherever you are?
You got a cup, but it's only free refills at your resort. So I'd wake up early. I'd go bring it with me, fill it with coffee. A couple days I bought like scrambled egg breakfast or whatever, but the other days I would just use like a snack package and pick up like a couple muffins or something like that. So yeah, the cup's good if you're spending a lot of time on resort or whatever, where you sleep. But that's just a cheap throw-in that they give you anyway.
So what denotes you that you have access to all the park and everything? Do you got to wear a bracelet or some shit?
Yeah, they got a thing now where they give you a wrist. It looks like it's in the shape of a watch, but there's no face on it. It's just a wristband that you put around your wrist with a Mickey Mouse kind of face on it. And that's what you use to tap on the machines. If you buy anything, you can have it charged to your room, or if you take anything off your meal plan, You tap it and then put like a pin code in.
Oh,
That's used for your fast passes for the rides. You download the Disney World app, which shows you your itinerary for the day. If you got any fast passes booked, where your dinner is, where you can change reservations. It shows you the park that you're in or any other park and how long the wait is for every single ride.
oh,
It's really, like I said, last time I'd been there was 11 years when we got married there. So, stuff like that's definitely improved. Because prior to that, I remember like you didn't have they gave you like a swipe card was kind of like your tap thing. So you have to carry that in your wallet and whatnot. And there wasn't a Disney app, and it was, you had to use the paper maps to figure out where you are, all that stuff. So they've really brought it into the 21st century. And on top of that, they're in the process of putting new rides in, as well as they have put in new ones in since we've been there last. So it's nice.
This is Florida you went.
Yeah, Disney World. Yeah.
So is that the one that has the Star Wars add-on?
Yep. Well, I don't know if the other one does. I don't know if Disneyland has it as well. Yeah, this has the whole new Star Wars section. So we went on. There's a Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and I tweeted a picture of that. It's like a massive Millennium Falcon.
We did not see any tweet from you.
Literally in the courtyard.
Yeah.
And then the ride is around it. That's just a simulator ride.
Yeah, you didn't tweet us anything.
I guess I did on Instagram.
Oh, to the real followers. Well, I would have liked to seen that.
And then that one has the Rise of Skywalker, which is the new one. But that ride you can't do a fast pass on. So what you do is when you get to the park, through the app, you can reserve a block section that, say you're block number 148. So throughout the day, they'd say now boarding blocks 60 to 75. And if you're in that block frame, you can go line up and get in. And they just did this as a way to make the ride more fair and trying to get as many people on. But the day we did it, it was taking long and we weren't at our block yet. So we went to dinner, and then during dinner, the ride right before dinner, the ride closed down they're still having some issues with it. And then I think the next day or the day after, whenever we were at that same park again, the ride had an issue again. So it was shut down for the day.
Ugh.
So probably frustrating for a lot of people. I don't know. I don't even know what the ride actually is. I'm assuming it's another simulator, but I heard it was really good. So we did 2 of the 3 Star Wars rides, and then we did the Pandora, the Avatar ride, which is really cool. That's you're basically sitting on the seat section of what would be like a motorcycle, and you're leaning over holding on the handlebars, and the whole ride is you get jumped into your avatar and you're riding one of those flying birds that they fly around throughout the movie. And we mistakenly took my 6-year-old daughter on it, so she got to sit on one of these, and my wife was beside her, and my daughter screamed the entire ride, and my wife didn't look at the screen once because she was trying to calm her down. So she missed the entire ride. But my son loved it. I get queasy sometimes with those rides, but I enjoy them.
You can't even play Doom without getting queasy. So I imagine.
No, because Doom, when I play first-person shooters, that's over an extended period of time.
Oh, okay. So is that that is the only rides you will go on, are these look at the screen and the seat moves kind of rides?
I'll do almost everything but a roller coaster.
Think that's weird?
No.
I see how you drive.
Yeah, I drive super smooth.
It's no different than a fast roller coaster.
Well, when I'm driving, I'm in control. It's a different kind of feel. Right?
No.
Yeah, when you're on a roller coaster, you don't have control. The thing is, I don't like the drops that you get in your stomach when you go up a hill and then down fast.
Ooh, that's the whole point.
I don't like
Zero
that.
G, baby.
It's not zero G. I don't like that. But a simulator is different. I don't know. A simulator, I know it's fake, and you're not really, you're barely moving up and down. It's just the movement of the screen or the picture that triggers that feeling and sensation through your brain to your stomach.
Yeah, it's more in your head. So you think that would be more nauseating when it's just your head generating that equilibrium feeling than when it's actually mechanically happening to you.
I don't know, just something about it. My son though likes the only roller coaster they did was my wife and son did twice the Toy Story Slinky Dog roller coaster. And supposedly it's supposed to be fun, so they did that. I watched with my daughter. She was very apprehensive about a lot of rides.
Give a big hello to Lotus Stark, who said hi here.
Oh,
hey Lotus.
It's my friend Lotus.
So your meal plan, did it also include like like the fancy? It gives you a couple of fancy meals at like one of the fancy?
No, it includes all the restaurants. Just some cost more points than others.
Like the full on where there's dressed up characters in there. That's like a tier up kind of restaurant, isn't it?
No, that one you pay for separately. We did the dining experience with the princesses on the night that was my daughter's birthday, because she turned 6 while we were there. So that one we actually had to pay extra for. But if you go to the more high-end dinner restaurants, which we didn't do this time because we weren't sure how the kids would take to eating that kind of food.
That kind of food.
It would use some of them would use maybe 2 dinner points as opposed to 1 dinner point. So we just did the middle of the road dinners.
It's always
Papanaki. We did the Italian.
Shocking.
We did the princess one night. We did Rainforest Cafe one night. Just stuff we thought they would enjoy more than us. So it was all right. Though the food was played havoc with my stomach. It was like the lunches, couldn't really find too much healthy stuff. It was very, hamburgers, pizza, hot dogs kind of thing. And dude, my stomach was distended, to say the least.
Yeah, I could see you being very upset driving those in.
Well, yeah, I've been eating pretty healthy lately.
You and me just went to McDonald's where I watched you buy a full meal. But there wasn't no wrap.
There was nothing else to eat at that time of night.
Like I said, they make wraps.
I don't eat McDonald's wraps.
Why?
Because they're not any good.
Well,
I'm not a wrap guy anyway. I'm not crazy about wraps. I like.
There's your latest new Joe fact. He's not a wrap guy.
I like what's it called? Fish tacos.
I bet.
But in wraps, I like that.
I bet you do.
And most guys like fish tacos, don't they?
So are there times do the kids get dressed up and stuff? You put them in costume at some point?
No.
Yeah, isn't that
we bought her a princess dress. And
When
she
you
could
go,
have had the princess experience where, you know, they bring her in and give her like, you know, like a makeup experience and get her all dolled up and pictures with princesses and stuff. But she said she didn't want to do that, so we're okay.
well, if you went to that full character restaurant, I bet she'd want to get dressed up for that.
No, she didn't. She's just dressed normally because we were walking through the park all day. But there was like six or seven princesses in the dinner with you. So they all eventually do the rounds, and then they walk up, and then we had bought the kids signature books. So throughout the week we were, you know, you could meet Disney characters and have them sign your book and get pictures with them. So they were happy getting their autograph book filled up. So the dinner was the same thing. The princesses would come up, sign your book, talk to the girl for a minute or two and take a picture and move on to the next person.
Yeah. I would love to see Mr. Player Joe working those princesses. I would have loved to have seen that.
There's a couple hotties. Give it that much. I took video of them all. So
where do we see any of your pictures and stuff? Because there was nothing.
Why would I post family pictures?
You haven't in the past?
Of my family?
Answer that. Yes,
No.
You have.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I haven't.
You have.
Of my family? No.
Of course you have. Yes, your kids and stuff at events. But like the picture of the Star Wars park and all that, I would love to see that. And what the hotel room looks like. Dining room. I want to know.
The dining room. What are you talking about, dining room?
Yeah, take a shot of the restaurant you're in. Boom. This is what the restaurant looks like.
It looks like a restaurant. It depends what theme park you're in.
I don't know. You'd have to show me.
Or the Italian one? If the Italian one, it looks like an Italian restaurant. And the only waiters that work there are people from Italy.
Well, that's racist.
No, it's the same with all the theme restaurants in Epcot. We went to Tapanaki. It was only Asians that worked there.
Who?
Asians.
All right. So what about the rest of the experience now that this whole thing is going on around the world? Did that cause any concern with the patrons of the whole park? Did you see anything different happening?
No, not really. There's the odd person with a face mask.
There was no like workers in full gear, like constantly cleaning, or
no, not that I saw. I think it was just business as normal. People were still being cautious about certain things. You know, there's hand sanitizers throughout the parks, and I don't know.
Was there? That's handy. There's nothing worse. These theme parks, you're waiting in line, you know, in those turnstiles and all that, and there's no hand sanitizers anywhere, and everyone's touching those handrails. And
well, the kids were touching handrails and everything, but they're kids, right? So there's not much I could do about that. You know, just made sure that anytime before we ate, we just washed our hands and all that shit, right? It was good. The weather was the first 2 days were hot, and then the next 2 days got cooler. There was one night that was really cold, so I was actually in jeans and a long shirt.
Did you pre-tan before this trip?
No.
Don't say no like that's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Why do I pre-tan if I'm not taking my shirt off?
Have you ever pre-tanned before a trip south before?
I have, if I knew if it's a beach resort, yes.
Okay.
Because then you don't want to get burnt within the first 2 days.
That's why.
So you pre-tan for like a week, and then you're good.
Now, these kids, we know it's a pretty strict regimen on a daily basis. Were they allowed to stay up past 6:30 in the evening now that they're on vacation at a resort?
Yeah, like one night we got back. After the fireworks at Magic Kingdom, which started at 9, we didn't get back till about 10. And then we went to bed. So there's 2 nights where there's 2 really late nights because of the fireworks, Disney or Magic Kingdom and Epcot. And then we were going to do fireworks the last night. And then I just told them, oh, they're not working tonight because I was tired. So we went back to the room and packed everything up, relaxed, watched some YouTube. We had pre-ordered groceries and stuff before we arrived. So I had pre-ordered like a bunch of beer and just had some beer and watched iPad and chilled out on the last night.
Those nights the kids stayed up past 6:30 in the evening. Was it a disaster like you always imagine it will be? Or was it fine?
I never imagined. I just said my kids need their sleep. Like tonight they went to bed at 8.
That's fine for the 6-year-old. The young lad's a little bit older. You think he'd want a little treat for the weekend coming up?
What's he going to do past 8? What do you want him to do? You want him on the YouTube?
What did you do?
So I can lose brain cells?
What did you do when you were that age?
I don't remember. Probably he's playing some games, video games.
There you go. Let him watch a video game or something.
Well, they both played a bit of, I let them play one game of Katamari before they went to bed tonight because I was playing it.
So when this whole trip is over, you're on your last day. What time did you get out of there that day? Was it a morning departure?
We left the hotel at 8 o'clock.
Oof.
And I think we got back to Toronto at around 2:30.
But when you're leaving, is Disney still looking after you? Like you don't have to worry about anything?
Yeah, you take a Disney bus back to the airport.
They like set you on your path towards the airplane.
No, once you get to the airport, you go to you check into the terminal spot that you're supposed to be at, just like any other airport. They just take care of your travel to and from the airport.
Mm-hmm. Hey, calm down. Just trying to find out how things operate.
No, they run it. It's a tight ship. Like, never had any issues, man.
So you got back into town very, very early on a Tuesday, which was our natural day off.
No, it was late. It was 2:30 in the afternoon.
Very, very early. So I was sitting around my phone waiting for, hey, let's get that podcast recorded. Never got a mention.
Well, I hadn't planned on doing anything that night,
but
M, my co-host on Transformers and Beer, texted me and asked if we were doing a record that night. And I hadn't planned on it, but I said, I guess. But he was confused because he thought it was Wednesday night. So.
Oh, well. So that is why we're pushed back to a Friday night recording, if anyone is wondering.
It's Friday night. People like it.
I don't know if people like it, but that's fine. I'll do anything for M. M's my buddy. I was watching a couple of his videos this week. He went back to his parents' house and apparently found a cache of his old toys that were still at his parents' house. Whole thing sounds fishy to me, but it's an interesting video. Well, you see, Lotus has said hello in the chat. I just want to, God, these new videos he's put out is so Lotus Stark. It's not even funny. Only Lotus would take on a project like this. And they're right up my alley for videos to watch because I love watching restoration stuff. So, have you ever heard of this pizza place?
I had a face-to-face conversation with Lotus about this.
Oh, did you? How was that? How'd that happen? When was that?
He is my buddy.
Okay.
He's my friend Lotus. And let me ask you this question, Bill. Have you ever met Lotus face to face?
Yeah,
In
we
person?
did it here.
In person?
We did it here. In person?
Have you ever met him in person?
No, I haven't met him in person. How would I meet him in person?
And I know you haven't seen his face.
Are you saying you met him in person?
I'm saying I actually gave him the infamous Joe 2-arm hug.
No.
We pressed flesh together.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. How? How's that possible?
He came to me.
In Florida?
Yes.
This Lotus, I'm disappointed.
Well,
That's who you want to meet first is Joe? Come on.
goddamn right.
What the hell?
And he is everything you would think he is and more.
You bastard.
So
That's not cool at all.
that is cool. I'm going to rub that in anytime I can now. We had an excellent experience. We spent probably a little over 2 hours together just chatting.
No, you did not. None of this makes sense because there's no way you would. How would you explain it to the rest of your family?
I told my wife up front, I'm meeting a friend.
And how do you know this friend?
Through the YouTube.
Yeah, okay. That makes no sense. I would love to hear the cover story.
There's no cover story.
Okay.
Anyway, it was.
I'll meet you, Lotus, but you got to be a business associate.
As you like to say, he was delightful. So suck it.
God damn it.
That's right.
You made him he had to buy admission for the day to go see you and stuff
No,
in the park.
I'm not giving details. We just
Why
met.
not?
We just met up, hooked up.
Well, maybe I don't want to talk about these videos anymore.
But you're right. He is going down a new collecting trail. So check out his YouTube channel, Lotus Stark. Yeah, he's getting into the animatronics, which is pretty cool.
It's ambitious and it's niche. It's very cool. All kinds of solenoids and hydraulics and grease and the creepiness factor of these human-sized
It's very
automatons.
what's that video game? Five Nights at Freddy.
That's what I thought. When his thumbnail come up, I didn't even realize it was Lotus. I just thought it was some dude doing a Five Nights at Freddy's thing because he just showed a skinless animatronic head. And then I saw the name and I go, what? What the heck is this? And it turns out he's picked up these characters and he's restoring them, getting them into operational, readiness.
Killing frenzy mode.
Yeah, God knows what he's going to do with that. And I think he let it slip that he has more than one character. So this is going to be a major thing. And they're huge. It's so very Lotus for him to be doing this, but I love it. It's a fun series. Check out Lotus Stark. Who met Joe? God. What was Lotus's immediate thoughts as he stumbled upon Joe in person?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Did you introduce him to your wife?
No, they were gone. It's just me and him.
Oh, so it's not a secret meeting. At least Lotus didn't get any more status than me. He still kept it secret.
Well, no, they knew I was meeting him, but she went back to the room with the kids, so I got to have some Joe time.
A maniac.
Why is that a maniac?
Why is that a maniac? I don't know. I'm going to meet someone. No, you may not come. Take these kids and go.
Well, no, it was at nighttime, so what are you gonna do? Anyway, it was an excellent memory I will treasure forever.
Is there photos?
No.
Come on, man.
What? What?
How do you not take a photo together? I think there is one.
Where would that
Yes.
be?
Show me the photo.
I don't have a photo.
How about you don't show me the photo? I released the photos I DM'd you this week. How about that?
I will see what happens if that happens.
Oh, I don't. There's nothing else that could happen. Boy, oh boy.
Why do you get jealous?
Because me and Lotus go back. Me and
I
Lotus are.
go back even further.
We're like the same. We have this connection,
No.
a realness.
Listen.
Did you see? I did a quick little pickup video this afternoon. Did you see that?
Why would I see that?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you?
Why would I?
Why not?
Because I'm not on YouTube 24/7.
Well, according to your channel, this was the greatest joke I had in the whole thing. I picked this thing up.
Hey, it's Super Saiyan Goku.
What?
Super Saiyan, man.
I don't know what that means, but it's 11 inches. And I said, I don't know what this guy's name is, but this is what
It's Goku,
Joe
baby.
This is what Joe sees in the mirror when he looks at himself.
Don't you watch Dragon Ball Z?
That's what Joe sees in his head. No, I never watched that crap.
Well, you should. It's excellent. Why would you pick that up?
Because that thing's worth money.
Hey, Steven Nider?
It's worth money. Money. This is around my desk. I am barricaded in with crap. It is ridiculous.
Stop buying garbage.
Listings have to happen really quickly here because I'm just getting overloaded. So I had, I was telling you about this. A package just appeared for me in the mail and I picked it up and it was a return to sender. It was something I had sent out to a dude that he purchased. And we looked up the postal tracking and all that crap. And it went all the way out to his house or to his district in Newfoundland, all the way out there. And it came all the way back and it said insufficient address. No, insufficient address. What the? I plugged the address into Google and I can look at his house with his house numbers right there on the house. Now, that's really insufficient. I can see his house. So I called Canada Post today to find out what the dealio is. And they're like, yeah, that address is just not in our system. Not in your. I'm looking at his house. It's like, well, that's his physical address. That doesn't mean it's a deliverable address. So we don't have him in the system to deliver to.
It's a house on a street. Mind you, dirt road, but
I don't know. I don't know.
So what'd they say?
They said it's got to be missing, like he must receive his mail from a post office box. It doesn't get delivered to that house. It must get delivered to a post office box, and that's the information that's missing. I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know what to do now. I sent him this guy has never emailed me too, by the way. He ordered this the end of January, and he has yet to email me saying, hey, where's my stuff? So I emailed him. I could have just let this go and hoped that he forgot he bought something. But I emailed him today and said, this is a situation. Here's the address he gave me. What are we going to do next? So I was really hoping when I called Canada Post, this was a Canada Post error. And they'd go, oh, my God, okay, we'll refund you the shipping and send it back out. But it's not a Canada Post error. It's an address error or some shit. So I don't know what to do moving forward if he says he still wants it. And I got to charge him full shipping again. He pays shipping twice, and shipping out there is not cheap. So I don't know what to do next. That was my little daily dilemma today. $30 to go out there. The only silver lining is that I didn't get charged the return to sender fee. So anyways, I did that, and I also we just came off overnight, so it's just natural that I need some groceries, because when I'm on my 2 weeks overnights, I just kind of live off what we have. And then after overnights, you kind of do a grocery shop and get things situated. Disaster. Shelves are bare because of idiots. I need some oatmeal, not because I need to survive, because it's just on the grocery list. Oatmeal's wiped out. Rice is wiped out. There was bottled water. This still boggles my mind. The entire toilet paper aisle empty. An entire aisle, every variety gone.
Yeah, the manufacturer said they don't have a shortage of it. They just can't get it to the stores fast enough. I sent the mother-in-law to a grocery shop today.
You repeat that, please?
You heard me. And same thing here. Like, I went in last night before work, and it was like Christmas time lineups, the amount of people that were there. And then today there was no cans of tuna for me. Mm-hmm. So even the tuna's wiped out.
Yeah.
The meat counter, there was no meat in the back of the superstore. They were telling people whatever's out is all the meat that we have. Things like that.
Yeah. And I wanted to get some canned fruit too, and that was wiped out.
I don't get it, man. People are freaking out over no reason.
Well, things ramped up really fast in the last couple days, on the national level. Good old Trump, man. He had another press conference today where he was saying how everything's under control and we got to look after everyone and take precautions. And then he brought up a bevy of corporate leaders to the podium, and one after another, he shook all of their hands. Woo! Brilliant.
Lotus says doctors say it's just a 1 week flu and 1 week of recovery. Well, my daughter was supposed to have her birthday party at the house this Sunday, so we postponed that. I don't know. As long as they don't close the gym, I don't care. I'm happy.
You are a maniac. That's the one place you shouldn't be going.
What? What do you? I'm a machine, man. I don't get sick.
Oh yeah, you don't get sick. You've had more sick days than I ever have.
Kevin said grocery store is a madhouse. Pasta and TP was wiped out. Yep, Disney and both Disney places are shut down. I got a friend that just got back from a golf trip in Florida.
Well, we also just learned that our schools are going to be shut down for an extra 2 weeks following March break. So the kids are off for 3 weeks now.
Which is infuriating.
Well, that will affect you zero.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us, we have to make
arrangements. You know what I'm planning on doing? Reorganizing my office.
That's how it affects Joe. The world around him is burning, and he's in a special.
I'm going to tidy up. Start doing some spring cleaning in the garage. And keep going to the gym. Wash the car.
The biggest heartbreak right now is we just learned breaking news. Can I get the breaking news stinger from you? The organizers of the Barrie Game Exchange have announced that it will be delayed. It will no longer be April 5th.
It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, man. Lotus says they're going to postpone the Masters. I look forward to that every year.
My buddy was just at the whatever golf tournament they just had in Florida. And he walked 14 holes.
Like the PGA event, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to still check out one of those. I think it's the last sport where you can get super, super close to the athlete. Like on the tee blocks,
he walked right up there. He walked with one of the golfers' dads for a bunch of the holes.
Yeah.
TFCon in Florida was canceled last night. Yep, heard about that.
So, but me and you, what are we going to do with the Barrie Game Exchange being moved? Because we booked off the entire weekend.
Yeah, so I'm just going to cancel that.
We can do that?
Why not?
I don't know. I've never canceled vacation before.
Neither
You can do that?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
Okay, so we could just go away, me and you, somewhere for a weekend.
No.
Take that train trip out west like we've been dreaming of.
You're not supposed to travel, dude.
So, yeah. Okay, so we can cancel that. Haji, please talk to us before you book the next one so I don't have to book an entire weekend off.
Yes, organize it around her weekend off.
It's 50-50 chance, buddy. Holy mackerel. So, yeah, everything's been shut down. It's wild, weird, wild times, for sure.
It's too bad it wasn't like nice weather outside, and then I'd take 2 weeks off of work, even if I wasn't feeling good.
Do you think that's going to be a thing? Are people going to be doing that? Like, I'm sick.
I'm tempted. If anything, I got a valid reason. I was in Florida.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for bringing that up, because here's what he does on his first day back from a hot zone. I bring him his coffee as he demands. So first time I see him, I'm bringing him his coffee, and he jumps up and puts his hands all over me and is hugging me and is rubbing all over.
I give you a hug. I give you a hug and rub your nips.
But you should have been quarantined, and you're rubbing and everything.
I'm healthy.
And you were coughing for 2 nights, by the way.
No, I wasn't. A perfect physical specimen.
Man.
You were the guy working with someone who was coughing for a week.
All weekend, I was working
me.
with a guy who had this cough, and it was so frustrating. And it was the kind of cough where he couldn't get through a sentence. You know, I'd be like, "Oh, we gotta go." Gotta. Oh yeah, no, I'm good. How am I getting out of this?
Mind you, he also drinks 3 Diet Coke bottles a day, every day that we know of.
Yeah, so I'm used to him going, trying to keep all that carbonation down, and then the coughing on top of that. My hands are super clean, though. Constant cleaning of the hands and everything else. But yeah.
Did I tell you I started watching that Lock and Key show?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm almost done season 1. My only complaint is I hope it doesn't turn into like one of those. You ever watch that show Riverdale? You know what I'm talking about? I think Kevin watched it.
My daughter watches it.
Well, my wife watched it, and I've watched probably a handful of episodes too.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
thanks for popping in, Kevin. Kevin's going to bed.
Get some sleep. Anyway, I've seen a handful of episodes. I just hope this Lock and Key doesn't turn that way, because it, part of it revolves around high school students, right? Well, the 2 of the kids in the family are in high school. Thus, they associate and have segments of the show with other kids from the high school. So, I just hope it doesn't take that silly sort of route. Lotus, I finished the season.
Ugh.
Lock and Key, it was decent. All right.
Lotus liked it. I had real problems with it. They're all stupid. They were just made terrible decisions constantly.
You saw it?
What do you mean I saw it? We had a huge conversation about it for multiple weeks.
You saw Lock and Key?
Are you for real? Are you for real? We talked about this.
No, we didn't, because you were talking about it, but I hadn't got around to started watching it yet.
I still gave you my opinion that I didn't like it. Well, that it had. I watched the whole thing. I hate watch the whole thing because it was a decent concept, but it just. Like I said, remember I said how all the windows are fogged over because it's shot in a studio instead of in a real house or a real school?
Honestly, I never noticed that.
That drags me down. The stupid mistakes, like, we're going to go down into the sea caves. And they're like, wow, geez, might be high tide in 20 minutes. Like, no big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that. I remember I saw that episode. Yeah. That part was a little stupid. And the blonde chick, she seems to like make out with everybody. She liked that one guy with the British accent, and now she's. Yeah. I think where I left off is she's making out with the other guy, but it seems kind of strange because he didn't like her at first. So I wonder if.
Well, she got all randy. Remember, she got rid of her inhibitions.
Yeah.
But
so I got to push through on that, and I still got to watch the rest of Picard at some point.
Yeah, I have to watch the latest episode of Picard. I'm not gonna. There were a couple episodes where I had to swallow real hard getting through it, but that doesn't mean it's not worth watching, or I'm not getting enjoyment out of it. It's like,
worth watching.
Hey, Next Gen had some real tough episodes to get through. They did Robin Hood, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, but
they did Sherlock Holmes more than once.
That's all right. Sherlock Holmes is cool.
So, you gotta give Picard a little bit of leeway. But there were a couple moments where I swallow hard to get through it.
Can we get a soundbite of that?
Yeah, I just
Derek.
did it.
Derek, thank you. Aside from that, that's about it, man. I don't think I have anything else. Do I? As I look around. I think I may have made a note here.
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe. Don't hold
I should have, because I watched a ton of stuff and I can't remember anything right now. It's typical STC style.
Nope. I said everything. Oh, yeah. And I told you to, I had asked you the other night if you had seen this movie trailer, the new Tom Hanks movie coming out in the very near future called Greyhound. You and I both like the trailer. Check it out if no one's seen it yet. It's like a 2-minute trailer based on some historical events that took place. Is it World War II, I guess?
Yeah.
With the Americans versus the German subs?
Yeah, for sure. Wolfpack. Convoy versus Wolfpack.
Looked really good. Brought me right back to thinking about, like the Saving Private Ryan / Band of Brothers type of movie / shows and the action scenes in them and the grittiness of it. So not sure if Spielberg had any executive producing to do with this, but I don't know. Tom Hanks in war movies always seem to work out.
Yeah, especially if he's, like you said, if he's part of the team building it, like Band of Brothers and Saving Private Ryan. If he's got the team together, it's going to be good. But that reminds me, that movie's going to be great. Like, and especially in the theater, you get that pumped up volume, with the depth charges going off and the cannons.
I've always liked those. I always like the boat versus submarine combat that they used to show in the old movies, you know, like Das Boot and all that.
Oh yeah.
That type
Yeah.
of strategy and intenseness that you would feel.
Mm.
This takes more place on the boats because it's the American version of it, or side, I guess, as far as we can tell from the trailer. Whereas like Das Boot was from the submarine perspective, which is even more tense.
Well, I don't, as long as it is, because that means that if it's from the deck of the boat, the entire movie, although I don't think there's flashbacks of other stuff. Let's not, you don't have to horseshoe the crowbar the love story in. You don't have to crowbar the life at home business. All this that regularly dogs modern war movies. And that brings me to what I saw last week.
But they do that so that they try to make you or give you a reason to like or care for a character, right?
No, that doesn't work.
So, oh, he's got a family or kids at home.
No, it doesn't work.
Hope he lives.
Now, I watched Midway, which was the big war movie last fall, maybe going into Christmas.
Right.
Midway was a huge battle after Pearl Harbor, and it changed the course of the war. It could have went either way if both the cameras went there.
I lost you.
It would have been super bad if the Americans lost, and it would have been the other way if the Japanese lost. It'd be very detrimental to them too. It was a huge, massive battle, and they have told this before in film. It's called The Battle of Midway. Check that out. That's awesome. This one was it needed to be recut because, like I said, they crowbar in this love story, romance back home crap. And they had so much story to tell. It was so ambitious because they not only just told the Battle of Midway, they told Pearl Harbor. They told the attack on Tokyo, the retaliation attack. Then they went and got into Midway, and they got into this. They told the whole freaking thing with action sequences for everything. So it was very ambitious, and there's tons of great action. I don't know why they had to keep going back to the buddy's wife or whatever. Maybe to, tie the whole story together, but I don't think it worked. And the main actor, he did such a terrible, terrible job, in my opinion. It's just so unconvincing. He was trying to do like a New Jersey accent or something throughout the thing, and it was so over the top. It was just, you cringed every time he spoke. Otherwise, and then, of course, all of the action is CG. They weren't going and buying up vintage aircraft for air-to-air sequences or anything like that. Everything was CG. At times, it was almost like, Sin City, like there's so much CG. But it's fine. It's good action sequences. But this going back and forth to, hey, Sarah's popping in. Had Woody Harrelson was in it. Played one of the top generals. He was good. Otherwise, I was really disappointed in it. Definitely by that performance of the main guy. And I wish I could tell you what else he appeared in. It's not coming to me. But as big of a budget as this thing was, it was actually like an independent film. So they still had a limited amount of funds to get this thing going. So, you gotta give them a break with that, I guess. But God damn it, war movies don't need to have a love story in there. You don't need to do it. Just like Batman movies, you don't have to have beginning. No, you don't have to have an origin story in every Batman movie. So I'm glad I got that out of the way. Then I've yet to see the 1917 though. I think I missed it in the theater. So that's a drawback that I haven't seen that yet. But then we have this. There's another war movie coming out too. I can't remember what it's called, and it looks really, really good. I saw a trailer for it.
Graham?
No. Well, that's way in the future. This one's coming very soon. I don't know what it is, but there is another decent war movie out there coming. So look for that. Or just go watch the old ones. Go watch the original Midway.
Come on, man. All right.
Go watch The Longest Day. My favorite. You saw it in theater, right?
No. That was a Blockbuster rental.
What's your problem? Why are y'all getting upset now?
I'm not. Why is Sarah up, but then Kevin said he was going to bed? What does he have to do tomorrow?
Kevin's got to get to bed early, man. He's up at 5 a.m.
For what?
Reading books and playing video games. And I'm sure Sarah doesn't want to be in bed as soon as he gets to bed because it's probably a gassy mess at the beginning of his sleep cycle. Right?
How would you know?
We've shared rooms. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on this live broadcast of STCPod episode 272. Got to check that number. I don't know if that's right. Joe will turn this around and publish it on Podbean at
my earliest convenience.
Could be tomorrow. I don't see why not.
Well, it's 10:30 at night. Providing I don't have conversion issues, I could probably even put it up tonight.
Whoa, jeez.
Well, at the very least, convert it.
And keep an eye on this channel because there's lots of stuff going on. As I said, there was a treasure trove
Bye, Sarah. Have a good night.
Video, a live chat we just put on earlier tonight.
I've got a very special pickup video coming up this weekend.
I bet. Not on this channel. You don't want to have two guys having fun laughing together for a video. You
already did that with Josh.
What?
Yeah, I saw that tweet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Josh wasn't there.
No? Oh, okay. I saw you trying to organize one with him.
Yeah, that would have been good. No,
what?
Then I just did it on my own.
Yeah. How about you just don't do one?
I had to get this stuff out. I had to look what I finally unboxed. Look how tiny that is.
That's what she said.
You can see that in the pickup video, and I'll be utilizing this for a video coming up soon this week. A new package from Third Man Records just arrived this week, so look for that on YouTube/Start to Continue. Follow me on Twitter at STCPod and Joe at AC Decepticon. He's also on Instagram.
My Life in Collecting, and check out My Life in Collecting on YouTube this weekend for a new
original,
for a very very special pickup video.
Very original content over there, folks. Most original content you'll find.
And thanks to everybody for joining us tonight, especially my buddy Lotus Stark, my personal friend Lotus Stark, that I met in person.
And I'd say go to our website, but I think it's going to sleep, that website. Joe has finally put the nail in all of its coffins on that website.
It's old, and like all old things, it must die.
He's finally done it. He's done it, folks. He's killed it. He's killed our YouTube channel, killed the podcast, definitely killed the website.
Listen, don't blame me for everything. It's you.
Okay. All right. Well, Joe, I'm really glad you're back. I had a swell time chatting with you and learning about Disneyland. Thanks a lot.
That sounds sincere, but I'm not sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for the good show, and thanks to everybody for joining us.
Post it.